Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's not common to have 4 or 5 videos of me talking. Usually there's max 2, all right? Maybe 3 sometimes. But you remember, this is the first module, so hang in there. Don't get, oh my God, there's so much to do. And how she's going to keep talking, okay? All right, so the due process of law talks about the 14th Amendment, which provides the Bill of Rights. Each state has furnished to the people within that state additional guarantees of your rights, which are contained in the 14th Amendment, right? One of the 3 amendments passed during the Reconstruction era to abolish slavery, and establishment. So we have the 14th Amendment for everybody, all right? On this one here, watch this beautiful video, and I want you to tell me 5 things you learned, right? Explain the 5 things you learned, Sally. Okay, and Johnny, please explain it. All right. The state court system. Historically, each of the 13 states had its own unique court system. Many state courts can be divided into a trial court, appellate courts, and state supreme court. Trial court, when you first get arrested, and meaning you, meaning bad guy, not meaning you as an individual, okay? When a suspect gets arrested, case goes to court, they find out if he's guilty or innocent. Case in point, here we go, Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson works great. I worked on the Scott Peterson case. So, and then if you want to appeal something, oh, I think the police officers did something bad here, so we're going to appeal the case. And then if that's not good enough, I'm going to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. That could take years on end, right? Years on end. But that's the system of the way everything goes, all right? The nature and type of case determines which court will go to the jurisdiction, and I just kind of told you about that, all right? Federal court system. Federal laws differ than the local state laws, right? Federal laws, some examples includes traveling across state lines becomes federal crimes. If you're doing something in California, example, dope, okay? You take your dope across to Idaho or on your way to Idaho, right? And you drop it off there because you're muling dope. That's a federal crime. You traffic in firearms, ATF. You do bad things with that, federal crime. You kidnap somebody in one state and take them to another, federal crime. If you rob a bank, it is a federal crime, okay? Federal crime. Another, case in point, all right? There's a bank robbery. Woo, woo, woo. Call 911. Officer Gonzalez comes. Officer Gonzalez is there. Oh my gosh, Officer Gonzalez, bad guy came in with a gun, pointed the gun at me, asked me for the money. I'm like, oh my gosh, here's all the money from the bank, right? Gives bad guy all the money to the bank. Bad guy leaves his ID on the counter, right? So the teller tells me, when I asked for ID, he pulled it out, and then after he pulled out his ID, he brandished the gun. You know the story, okay? And I go, does a bad guy look like the person in the ID? Oh, yeah, that's him, that's him, that's him. I'm thinking, right. Because the bad guy just walks into the bank and leaves his own ID. Right, okay? So, I look at the ID. It says they live on 123 Front Street. I go to 123 Front Street and see, because in my mind, a police officer, this ID is probably was stolen, right, by a real bank robber, bank robber, gave to the bank teller, and in order to get away. All right, so knock, 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 and lo and behold, the person that opened the door looks exactly like the ID, which the teller said is exactly who the bank robber looked like, okay? So, because it says ID, right? So, I go, can you please step out of here, please? Did you leave this ID at the bank? Yes, I did. Oh, what? What? Trying to put your hands behind your back? Absolutely. Okay, trying to put your hands behind your back. Easiest bank robber arrest I ever made. Easiest. I could not believe it. I'm like, how easy is this? Seriously. Go to the bank. You leave your ID there. Come knock on the door. Yes, out to me. Hook them up, advise them of the rights. You have the right from Miranda, you have the right to remain silent, blah, 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 you name it. I'm going to ask you a few questions. You understand your rights? I've explained to you absolutely why you robbed the bank. Never forget this. You know, you work 33 years in law enforcement. There's a lot of stuff that happens, right? Can't remember every detail of every day over 33 years. This is what he told me. 19-year-old kid. 19-year-old, remember. Just robbed a bank. Left his ID. So I robbed the bank, son. I want to see my dad. Huh? What do you mean you want to see your dad? My dad is in prison. Okay? My dad's in prison. And I've never seen him, so I want to commit a crime and I want to go see my dad. I want to be with him. Wow. Could not believe it, right? Guess what he did? He committed a federal crime. Dad is in state prison because he wanted to go see his dad so bad he thought if he committed a crime, not knowing it's a federal crime, thinks it's a state crime, he's going to go see his daddy, right? Not going to happen. He ended up doing 8 years in federal custody because it's a federal crime. So, okay, wraps that up there. The venue, what I want you to do is the venue, I want you to watch this video here. There's an assignment within an assignment, and this little thing will help you cover the assignment. This is the actual assignment itself. All right, the jurisdiction, Stanislaus County. I am standing in the city of Salida in Stanislaus County. There's a lot of cities in Stanislaus County where the courts are, right? You have Oakdale, you have Modesto, you have Ceres, you have Patterson, you have Newman, you have Salida, right? You have Ceres. What am I missing here? Did I get them all? Houston, Waterford, right? Might be missing something here. But they are all Stanislaus County, right? So wherever the crime has occurred, that's the county that it is going to be charged, okay? So bank robber goes to Ceres, robs Ceres banks, right? He drives to Modesto, steals a car. He now takes off and he's in Santa Cruz, okay? He's at the boardwalk at the beach thinking he's cool. He's got all this money. He's got a car over there. They arrest him. Where are they going to try him for his crimes? Here. Stanislaus County, because that is where he committed the crimes, okay? Even though he's caught in Santa Cruz, they will charge him for the crimes here. All right. This is our current chief law of California. All right. He's the one that took over. Congratulations for him. Here's our local district attorney, Birgit Flatiger. She's local. Here's all the great stuff you guys have learned today. Look at you. You know the concept of justice. The criminal courts are the heart of the criminal justice system. So if you see a question like that, what's the heart of the criminal justice system are? Yes. There's 2 separate courts, state and federal. You guys know all about it because I told you a story. All right? Good job. Module 1 is done. Say good job, Mom.
Oh, where are you? There you are.
There you are.
That's good. I like that. Bye, kids.
All right, guys, go get them. We'll see you next module next week. Bye-bye.